everyone, welcome to the world of English with Sakshi Khanna once again. Okay, so in grammar section today, very important topic I'm starting, that is tenses. Tenses you all are doing since your school time, but you people are not well versed till now as well, as you are moving to the college. So, such a big gap but no understanding why it is like that, because you are not doing in the technical manner. I am not against any of the teaching, any of the school, but the system is totally changed here. Okay, so today I will be discussing with you the tenses from the root, why it is required, what is the function, in which way we can use the tenses. These all things we will be doing today. So in grammar, tense is a category that expresses time reference with reference to the movement of speaking. Very important. It expresses time reference with reference to the movement of speaking. So tenses are usually manifested by the use of specific forms of verb. Verbs are very important, 3 forms of verb, but we will not be talking today 3 forms of verb. We will be talking about 5 forms of verb, which I told you. Okay, so particularly in their conjugation patterns. So 2 things we will be doing today. Very important. First is 5 forms of verb. Okay, and second, that is the essence of the tenses, conjugation of the verb. It's not a new term, it's a very old term you all have done, but the name is totally new for you, I guess. Okay, so let's start with that. Okay guys, tenses, the main tenses found in many languages include the past, present and future. Today I am not talking about only the tenses past, future, perfect. Okay, I told you in the beginning of my lecture that I will explain you everything from the root, because when we understand from the root, then we understand permanently. So my task just not to do the questions, okay, based on the tenses, but to give you the knowledge of the tenses for the lifetime. Okay, so please be very much concentrative. Today I will be discussing about English language as well and other language, okay, so that you will realize why it is so much important for us to understand. So some languages have only 2 distinct tenses. Many languages in the world, okay, are prominent. We are using some of them, not all of them. So we should have the knowledge from where it has been connected, okay, and in other languages what are the way they are using and why our language in which we are working today, means English, it's very important and it is considered as the global language of the world. Okay, so some languages have only 2 distinct tenses, such as past and non-past, or future and non-future. There are also tenseless languages. Tenseless language, do you understand what is that? Means there is no tense. That is purely wrong grammar. Purely wrong grammar. Like most of the Chinese language, and that is Chinese language has no tense. Okay, though they can possess a future and non-future system. So that I just want to tell you why it is important. Why it is important to do English in detail, because the mechanism of English is very much descriptive. We don't have only 2 tenses. We have past, future and present, and then also subtypes which are consisted of 12 more tenses, subtypes of the tenses. Okay, so in this way I just wanted to tell you how deep this topic is, how detailed this topic is, so be very much concentrative in that. As I gave you brief knowledge about the other languages, how they are working. So tenses generally express time. Now we are talking about purely in English and for English. Okay. So tenses generally express time relative to the movement of speaking, when it is speaking. Okay. And the action happen at what time. In some context, however, their meaning may be relativized to a point in the past or future which is established in the discourse. Before I move to the session of the tenses today, I just want to explain you one thing very important, that is conjugation. What is conjugation? I hope that you must have heard this word. So the literal meaning of this word is the state of being of joined together. Means how we are joining together all the things. Okay, so conjugation in English, what exactly that? So our main concern is conjugation in English. So conjugation is the change that takes place in a verb to express tense, mood, person, and so on. In English, verbs change as they are used, most notably with different people. Like you, I, we change the forms? Yes, of course we do. Different time, now, later, before? Of course we do. Yes, conjugating verbs essentially means altering them into different form to provide context. It is the way of a verb changes to show person, number, tense and mood. So learn to conjugate verbs properly and let's see the examples. So examples are on the screen. I'll explain you. So conjugated verbs are verbs which have been changed to communicate. One or more of the following persons, number, gender, tense, aspect, mood or voice, these all aspects we need to take care while using the verb forms. So that is known as conjugation. Now conjugation, you must have done 3 forms of verb. I told you there are no 3 forms of verb. We use verbs in 5 ways. Okay? Let's do the mechanism of conjugation here. So in that, as I told you, you people must have done 3 forms of verb. But I am telling you, there are 5 forms of verb. Means we use verbs in the 5 ways. So there are 5 columns you can see. Fine. I just make it little broad as much I can. So number 1 is the base form, that is abashed. Past form abashed. Past participle abashed. SES form, that is simple present with the singular base, abashes, and ing form means progression. Progression, which word shows the progression? We just add ing form. So how many types of verbs we are using? That is 5. So from today onwards, always talk about 5 forms of verb, never 3 forms of verb. Okay, and I have proved my point as well. As I am talking about conjugation of the verb, so let's start the basic one, to be. To be. Okay, you will look at the screen and feel the difference. When the tense change, means the time change, we change the verb form to. Look at the screen, I make it little broad. In present tense, singular I am, plural we are. Past tense, I was, we were. Okay, future, I shall be, we shall be. Present perfect, I have been, we have been. Past perfect, I had been, we had been. Future perfect, I shall have been, we shall have been. So this is the mechanism of conjugation. In which way we do the conjugation? That is, according to different tense, the time of speaking, we consider lot many things. Means the mood of the tense, okay, the time, the mood, the voice, the person, the gender, all the things we take care maximum, okay, when we are using the verb form. So let's move to the technical topic of the tenses. Talking about the contents of today's session, first of all the introduction, classification based on time frame, classification based on aspect, block diagrams of tenses according to the rules, okay, present tense, past tense, future tense and the subtypes as well, with set of examples that we will be doing today and maybe tomorrow as well, because it's a very detailed topic. I am not able to finish it in just one sitting. Yes, very important introduction. The word tense is derived from Latin word tempus. Tempus, which means time. A verb indicates the time of an action, event or condition by changing its form. That is why tense's name has been given to this concept. So today you understood, fine, that why we say it tenses only. What is the reason behind? Okay, because English we are using Latin or Greek. Fine, and in the Latin tempus word, it has been derived, tenses has been derived from the word tempus, which means relation with the time zone. Okay, so purely tenses is based on the time zone. It's a concept purely based on past, future, perfect. So you got it, why we call it tense. Okay, Based on the time frame, the verb tenses may be categorized according to the time frame. Okay, universally we describe time in three zones. Present tense, past tense, future tense means past, present, future. Today, tomorrow, and yesterday. Is there any other category you can divide the time zone? Not at all. Okay, so universally we can just classify our time zone in three sections, that is past, present, and future. And our time frame divides our tenses in the same way. Let us talk about present tense, past tense, future tense from the beginning. Present tense expresses an unchanging, repeated, or reoccurring. Now, very important to understand here, we always think that present tense when we talk about today's only. No, there are so many situations in which we are supposed to use only present form. What are those? Now look at the screen. Present tense expresses an unchanging. Unchanging means universal truth. Repeated or reoccurring action which we do often or always, maximum always. Okay, action or situation that exists only now means I'm talking about now only. That three categories. So three categories we have the option to use present tense. It can also represent a widespread truth, universal truth, as I talked to you. Past tense. Past tense expresses an action or situation that was started and finished in the past. Something has started yesterday, finished also yesterday. Okay, so for such conditions we are using past tense. Future tense, very simple to understand. Future tense expresses an action or situation that will occur in the future only, means tomorrow. Everything related to tomorrow. It will start also tomorrow, finish also tomorrow, just tomorrow. That is future tense. What is the aspect? Based on the aspect, I talked to you in my introductory slides about the aspect. So let us discuss about the aspect. Verb tenses may also be categorized. Now the subtypes, categories. Categorized according to aspect. Aspect refers to the nature of the action described by the verb. So there are four aspects. So subtypes you can say, classification you can say, indefinite or simple. Indefinite, we are not sure about the things, or just simple manner. Continuous or progressive, we can say progressive tense as well, continuous form as well. Perfect or complete. Perfect, what does it mean? Complete. Okay, and perfect, continuous. So how many tenses we have? Three. And how many aspects we have? Four. So every tense, every base tense will have four aspects. So 4, 4, 4 and yes. So it will be 12 types of tenses we will be doing in all. Let us see in this way. Verb tenses tell us when things happen. It's all related about the action, the state of being. Okay, so events can happen either in the past or present or future, not any other way. Okay, so there are only three phases of the time in which action will happen, but aspect or the nature we need to check of the event when it happened actually. Okay, then we use the tense accordingly. With the set of example, I just want to explain you how it affects. I will laugh at the clown in the circus. In present tense, if I want to say, then it will come, I am laughing at the clown in the circus. I laughed at the clown in the circus. I will laugh at the clown in the circus. I swam in the pool on Wednesday. Now present, I am swimming in the pool on Wednesday. I swam in the pool on Wednesday. I will swim in the pool on Wednesday. Future tense. Okay, so in this way, see, just while changing the tense mood, we are changing the sense of the sentence also. Okay, so it affects a lot in our speaking and writing grammatically. The past, if we are talking about, this is when an event has already happened, means all related to yesterday. So I walked across to buy some sweets from the shop. I shouted to my brother in the playground. I ran down the lane with the dog. Now all highlighted words, red color highlighted words are verbs, and I have done the conjugation according to the aspect, and aspect was relation with the past. Okay, the action happened in the past, so I conjugated the verb and picked the second form of the verb, that is walked, shouted and ran. Now the four aspects we will be doing in this slide. Indefinite tense. The three indefinite tenses or simple tenses describe an action but do not state whether the action is finished. Okay. So what does it mean? Indefinite tense. Simple indefinite means the three indefinite tenses in all three categories, that is past, future, present. The three indefinite tenses or simple tenses describe an action but do not state whether the action has finished or not. Now, continuous tense, it's a very simple to understand, as the word is suggesting the meaning that is something is happening still. Okay, it has not finished yet. So, the three continuous tenses, incomplete tenses or progressive tenses describe an unfinished action, that means still it's happening. I'm studying, I'm doing, I'm walking, I'm eating, everything, every action is in the progression. Perfect tense. The three complete tenses or perfect tense describe the finished action. Finished action, perfect, completed action. Okay, means this sentence will describe about the action when it started and when it finished as well. Perfect continuous tense, to combine the complete tenses and the incomplete tenses to describe an action which was in progress and then finished. So perfect continuous tense will give us the time of beginning as well as the, sorry guys for disconnecting the slide. So we were talking about perfect continuous tense. So perfect continuous tense, to combine the complete tenses and the incomplete tenses collectively, means in such type of tenses the action when it happened, that will be described, plus when it finished, that will also explain. Okay, so these are the aspects or the nature, you can say, we will be doing in the tenses as well. Okay, the essence of the tenses. There are 12 possible verb tenses. So, verb tenses, the first classification, that is present, past and future. And next classification, just look at that. Present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect continuous. Past indefinite, past continuous, past perfect continuous, future indefinite, future continuous, future perfect continuous. Apart this, we are not using any type of tense in English. Is it so? Okay. So you have seen that how the linguistic expert have made the division of the tenses. First the base 3 time zone, and then afterwards the aspect, the nature. Okay, in which we will get the time description in detail, means when the action has started, finished or still going on, everything we will be getting. But in the base form we will just get the idea, action has happened today, tomorrow, yesterday. It's like that. There is a table on the screen, and this is really very important table, in which I have put all the rules and regulation in the mathematical form. Okay, and yes, when you will do all the things in a technical way, you will never forget it. You will learn for lifetime, and that is my target to achieve. Okay, so here is a list of the rules of these tenses. So first of all, inside column you can see the basic classification of the tenses of on the basis of the time zone, present, past and future. And next four columns are the aspects or the nature. So if we talk about the present, I simply suggest you people, please make this table on your rough notebook or the diary, whatever you have, or later on when you will open up the video once again, please pen down it. It's really very important. It's like a formula of tenses. As you people are suggested to learn the formulas, so I'm suggesting you in the same way, please learn the formulas of tenses. Okay, then you will never use wrong way the tenses in English. Okay, so first of all we just talk about present tense. So present tense in simple form, very important to understand, s or es. Okay, with the base form, for example, if I am talking about run, I will explain you with the example, but it is just briefing you up only. First form, with s or es. For example, give is a base form. I will add s or es. It depends upon the word syllable. Okay, then only we will provide s or es. If we want to show the progression, then first form plus ing. If we want to show the perfect completed action as well, has, have plus third form. Always remember, has, have will always come with third form. Then you will never make a mistake. Perfect progressive forms, has, have including been plus first form of verb with ing. Okay, so talking about past, past always come with the second form, and if progressive we want to show, then ing form with was, were. Perfect form had plus third form, had been, and first form plus ing in progression when we want to show with the perfect aspect. Talking about the future, will, shall plus first form, okay, will be plus first form plus ing. Will be doing, I will be doing. So many times I use this sentence, okay. So will have plus third form and will have been plus first form and ing. So in this way we will do all the tenses one by one in the lecture. Okay, let us start with present tense first of all. Present tense, the base form and the four aspects: present indefinite tense, present continuous, present perfect continuous tense. So present indefinite tense here with definition and example. The simple present is used to describe an action, an event or condition that is occurring in the present at the moment of speaking or writing. For example, I play, I do, he plays, she plays. Now see the difference. I explain you. With singular form s or es we need to add with the base form of the verb. But when we are talking about the plural, then no need to add s or es. And very important, the exception case here about I and you. I and you, even we are talking about the singular case, but still we are not supposed to give the rules of s or es. Have you ever heard like that? I does, always I do. Okay? You does, always you do. Fine? So these are the exception you need to keep in mind. Here I am talking about present continuous tense, very important and daily we are using. The present continuous emphasizes the continuing nature of an act, event or condition. Whatever the condition, whatever the event still happening, whatever the act still happening, whatever the condition still existing. For example, I am playing, she's playing, they are playing, because we are talking about present continuous. So continuous we are showing with adding of ing, and present, this is present form, so we are supposed to use only is/am auxiliary case. Present perfect tense, the third aspect, the present perfect tense is used to describe action that began in the past and continues into the present or has just been completed. I explained you about present perfect tense. What perfect means, that it shows the completion also, means all done. So for example, I have played, I have finished my task, means whatever I have started, it's all done. So she has played, it's a completed sentence. Okay, not grammatically I am telling you, just a completing in the action, means the action we are talking about, it has done now. All the time students get confused in present perfect continuous and present continuous. Now look at the difference. The present perfect continuous is used to describe an action, event or condition that has begun in the past and continuous into the present. So for example, I or you have been playing, he, she has been playing. Here we have the restriction that have or has always come with the singular cases and have always come with the plural cases as well as I and you exception. Okay, as I discussed about present tense. In the same way, I and you here also exceptionally considered, so we are providing them have. We have never used I has, even though I is singular, you is singular in the case. Let's recap once again tenses and their meaning. Tenses are the form taken by a verb to show the time of an action or the state of an event. So there are three tenses, basically universal division of the time, according to the time zone, that is the present tense, the past tense, the future tense, based on the past, future and present time zone. Each of the three tenses has four forms or subdivision to show continuity or completeness of the action and time. Now these are indefinite, continuous or imperfect, perfect and perfect continuous. These are the four aspects. Fine. So basically we have three tenses, but combining with all the aspects we have 12 tenses collectively. Table of English based on the rules and regulation mathematically, as I told you to remember. Again I am putting you on the screen. Present, past, future. So with present, indefinite, simple S or ES usage. Continuous, again is MR. Fine. Perfect, has, have plus T form. Third form, perfect continuous, has or have been playing. Okay, we need to show the progression. Now with the past, second form, always, was, were in the continuous form, had in perfect past, and perfect continuous had been playing. So future, very simple, will and shall. Very important to understand here difference of will and shall. Now students are very much confused. What they often say that shall always come with the plural and will always come with the singular. Never. Will can come with the plural as well. Will always come. Will has the condition. Will is used with definite condition. Okay, and shall is used with indefinite condition. For example, I will go for meeting. That is for sure. I will go to school. That is for sure. If I say I shall go to school, it's wrong grammatically. Anyhow, I need to go to school. Anyhow, I need to attend the meeting. Now, look at that. We will go to market. We shall go to market because if it rains, then you can't go. Okay, means you are unsure. You are unsure about your task. When we are unsure of our action, then always use shall. Okay, so it will help you to find out the error tenses based as well. Now moving to the continuous form, will shall be playing, be will be added, and perfect, will shall have played. Fine. And when we are talking about perfect continuous, will shall have been playing. Okay, the four aspects now we are talking about. The indefinite tense doesn't indicate whether the action has completed or not. The continuous imperfect tense, once again, that the action is still going on. It is in the progression. The perfect tense indicates that the action is complete, finished or perfect. The perfect continuous tense indicates that the action began in the past and is still continuing. Simple present tense, subject plus verb plus object. This is a structure of the sentence and it expresses a general truth or an action that is occurring now. The sun rises from the east always. Okay, it's a universal truth. So we always use present tense in such type of sentences. Expresses an action that occurs regularly or habitually. She goes to the school regularly. She goes for the walk regularly. Okay, in such type of action we use simple present tense form. If you know the very first lecture of your grammar, sentences, how many type of sentences we have? Affirmative, negative, interrogative sentences. So affirmative sentences, very simple. Informally we say them positive statement like they play. Negative sentences, they do not play. Interrogative sentences means some question has been asked, something has been asked, maybe with the question word or maybe with the auxiliary words. Negative interrogative sentences, do they not play? Okay, so in different ways we can make the sentence. Talking about present continuous tense, very simple. What is the structure? Mathematically formulative based. Subject plus is MR plus V1 plus ING plus object. Now look at the sentence down. The present continuous tense is used to express an action which is happening at a particular time in the present or extending over a period of present time. Very simple to understand, means the action is still going on. Okay, now look at the example with all four types of sentences. Affirmative sentence, you are playing. Negative sentences, you are not playing. Interrogative sentences, are you playing? Negative interrogative sentences, are you not playing? So these are the structure when we are using these aspects. Okay. Present perfect tense, subject plus has or have. I told you, with V3 always, and the object. Has with singular, have with plural. So simple to understand. So the present perfect tense denotes an action that was started in the past and has just been completed. Okay, like I have finished my meal, I have finished my milk, I have finished my assignment. In this way means I started, I finished, but just now. Then we are using only present perfect tense form. So with examples, I have played, I have not played, have I played, have I not played. Now look at the mechanism of the negative interrogative statements when we are making. Always students get confused. Have I not played? What they do, they don't differentiate not with the auxiliary verb and the subject. So you need to be very careful. You need to maintain the level of the sentence. The structure of the sentence should not be disturbed. Even you are making interrogative statement, negative statement, okay, or negative interrogative statement. Present perfect continuous tense, subject plus has have plus been is very important because we are using has have been should be added with V1 and ing plus object. The present perfect tense is used when an action that started in the past is still continuing. Started in past somewhere but still happening in the progression. Okay, so example in that affirmative sentences, how we are making, we have been playing. Negative, we have not been playing. So see how we have been not playing will not come. We have not been playing. Not will come in between of have and been. Always remember when you are making some negative statement, so negation will come in between. We have not been playing. Interrogative sentence, have we been playing? Negative interrogative sentence, have we not been playing? Okay guys, the time has come to sign you off. As it is very much detailed topic, we can't finish it in one sitting only. So tomorrow we will be doing with past tense and 4 aspects of past tense plus future tense and again 4 aspects of future tense. But I request you all today that please open up the screen in which formula based structure I have given you all the tenses with different aspects. To recap, okay, please pen down. If you haven't done, please do it. It will be really very helpful for you, and mark my words, you will never forget the tenses whole life. Okay, so till the time, stay protected, stay safe. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.